Hey fellas, Onus here and welcome back to With a Y, and people do not play about those Dune films. Me neither, man. I've seen the first two and they are incredible. I remember watching the second one like on a big screen. Like I fucking put on the VR headset I had and watched it in theater mode because I wanted the closest to a big screen that I could because I saw it well after it was already out of theaters. And not 24 hours later, the first Dune 3 posters begin to drop. And everybody just looks like decrepit and disgusting in it. It's kind of awesome. The Dune account posted these posters as a tease for the trailer dropping like yesterday, or today for me, yesterday for you guys. And Paul just looks fucking disgusting, man. Like, look at him. It's awesome. You know, a lot of people just kind of cropping it down to the epic and the epic conclusion to show like, yeah, we're doing this for real. Zendaya is going to be absolutely eaten this year. She's got a Spider-Man movie, Euphoria Season 3. She's got Dune Part 3, like just tucked in her back pocket among other projects that she's a part of. Jason Momoa's here too. And people I didn't even realize were gonna be in this film, like fucking Robert Pattinson is right here, man, and he's looking balder than I think I've ever seen him. I have not read like any of the Dune books, so I have no idea the context for why this person is just like caked in mud and it's cracking on her face. But if it doesn't get me a little hype, I'd be lying. And I can't play the trailer here for like, you know, copyright claim issues, but this one with Timothy Chalamet having his Darth Vader fucking mask on, just with those melted ass eyes, it does make you remember that Dune the book came out before Star Wars was even a thought in your mind. Like there is just hype around this shit, man, and I'm like finding myself falling into it. And I think the funniest bit of this whole deal for me is like, folks just go and just canceled my ticket to the opera. This tweet where it was like everybody realizing Chalamet is a joke in real time came off the heels of the Oscars, where like there were obviously a few jokes made at Timothy's expense. I think one of the ones Conan did was saying that like, there's extra security at the Oscars tonight because we're expecting attacks from the ballet and opera communities. And then the camera just switches to Timothy Chalamet's reaction, and he's like smiling with all 32 teeth of his, like as he's next to Kylie Jenner, and it doesn't look like he's bothered in the slightest. And people were joking, it's almost like he knew that all these posters where he just looks hard as shit are gonna drop the next day. And with everything I said in my last video about Timothy Chalamet, I didn't think I'd be making another one so soon, or even at all if I'm being honest. I stand by everything I said about like how opera and ballet are like arts who are in a struggling phase. They're not in their prime anymore, that still deserve to be cherished and like preserved. People should be able to go to those shows and like interact with that art and like enjoy it. And one of the good things I said that probably came out of that situation is like there's like a bunch of discourse on if these arts are dying or not, but Timothy mentioning them and then the clip going viral in the way it did probably put a lot of eyes on those mediums that hadn't been there before, and discussions around like preserving the arts were happening that weren't happening if Timothy Chalamet never said that. It's had the kind of inverse effect though, where mostly jokingly, when I say it, because I'm going to, because I think it's funny, is that ballet and opera are now the sworn enemies of Timothy Chalamet, and anytime something cool with him happens, we must besmirch their good name once more. Just canceled my ticket to the opera, and you're gonna see a lot of fucking tweets like that, man. It is all over the place. And like the switch up that we had from Timothy losing his Oscar nominations and with the opera and ballet conversation lead up into it, like the switch up with just one Dune 3 teaser, fucking everybody's back on board. Instantly took control of the narrative with one image. There's no one on his level. I truly think Timothy Chalamet is like a generational talent of my generation. There were definitely people doing what he's doing, maybe not in the social media context, but who just had the ability to like rile people up in the way he does, no matter what it is he's doing. Like you just don't really see it like that. Before the trailer dropped, you had people predicting like he's not out of the running. Like on March 15th, when the Oscars were, Timothy Chalamet and his team need to have an emergency meeting this week. And I think the screenshot was when Michael B. Jordan deservedly won the Oscar that they were both nominated for. But you had people predicting the day before the thing they said was gonna happen happened. Why? Once Dune 3 drops, he's gonna be on top of the world again. And that's part of what's so funny to me with like how it became Dune and Timothy Chalamet versus opera and ballet, and I guess just fine arts more broadly, as like the bit that everybody's running with, and not the fact that Avengers Doomsday is dropping on the same day as Dune Part 3. I'm wondering if either of them are gonna budge on that release date. I think if they don't, then I'll probably make a thing out of it like I did Barbenheimer with, you know, a little less of the real intentional internet buzz about making a thing about it. Like I'll probably do them both in one go. Like the people I'm doing it with, I'll force them to watch both Dune movies and I'm like, we're doing this now. Unfortunately for this person who probably was just making an offhanded tweet without expecting it to get the reach that it did, all the sins of like the Timothy Chalamet slander of the last few weeks have been funneled through them. Downfall lasted 12 hours before Paul Atreides took over the world again. Like even if you hadn't seen those Dune movies, it's really easy to forget how big they they were and like just how much people were talking about them when they individually dropped. Like it was those movies that sold me on Timothée Chalamet as an actor, and then all like the personality stuff that I find endearing about him and like the marketing for Marty Supreme came after. He's just so good in those movies. I love tweets like this where it's a parody of that fucking one clip where I forgot who the guy who said it was, but he's like, New York, if you're near a deli or a convenience store, go behind the counter and stick your hand in the cash register. That money is yours right now. Raucus, you listen to me. Go to your nearest spice refinery right now, any type of spice processing plant, and put your hand in the pot for no reason. Their spice is your spice as of right now. Here's one more version that had me fucking cackling the first time I read it. America, if you're near an opera house, if you're near a ballet studio, go inside and put your hand inside the donation bin for no reason. Their money is your money as of right now. I think I lost the follow-up point I was gonna make. The Avengers Doomsday versus Dune 3 whole thing. Like, you would think if, like, Timothée Chalamet and Dune Part 3 were, like, gonna have a face-off with anything else, it would be like Avengers Doomsday. And there's a little bit of that. Like, you have people predicting, if y'all had common sense, then you would know Dune stands absolutely zero chance against Avengers Doomsday. And I wouldn't say zero, but I think Avengers is just, like, such a strong fucking brand right now. Even, like, after a decade of no new Avengers films. Like, yeah, it's probably gonna outsell them at the box office, but I think Dune is gonna do very well on its own. And it's funny that, like, the whole argument has become, like, yeah, fucking ballet opera, count your days. If you weren't dying, you are now. Dune 3 single-handedly will kill the fucking classic arts. Jesus Christ. I love this tweet. It was quote tweeting the person who said that Chalamet realizes he's a joke in real time. 24 hours later, and her entire timeline is filled with people glazing him and Dune. Hashtag real motion. Hashtag Lisan Al Gaib. Just like a lot of people giving like random reaction videos and images that are like knocking on doors like, just come outside. We won't jump you. We just want to hear what you have to say. You were talking real big a few days ago. What now? Fuck opera. Fuck ballet. Lisan Al Gaib. And it's just some aura farming shots from the trailer, man. I really fucking can't with this shit. It's so good. It's so funny. That said, before like we get too far in with the jokes, a movie like Dune 3 obviously has influences from both opera and ballet, like especially in like the soundtrack and shit. Like Dune 3 doesn't happen if opera and ballet hadn't do the things they have been for like hundreds of years before this movie was getting made. But it don't matter, man. It's war. It's war. On the generational talent talk I was giving before, I might have been overselling a bit of his bona fides and like just how celebrity culture works now in the social media era versus like how it did when Leonardo DiCaprio was first coming on the scene. But you had people doing some more substantive discussion. Dropping the Dune 3 pick less than 24 hours after losing the Oscar is the exact petty bitch behavior I want from a movie star. Some of the commentary I saw was that Timothée Chalamet looked like in all those clips you saw going around Twitter of him at the Oscars that he was smiling because he knew exactly what was coming the next day. Like, he's not in charge of that sort of thing, for sure. But he wasn't too miffed about how the Oscars night went because he knew he had something big in the pipeline regardless. It would have been like a victory lap if he did win that Oscar. But holy shit, would it be a hell of a pick-me-up if he didn't win one. It's harder to say what the hype levels would be at if he did get the Oscar then the next day drops the Dune 3 teasers, man. I'm just doing like alternate reality fan fiction at this point. One tweet I saw making the rounds was this guy, Steel131, just, like a decade ago at this point, saying, let Denis Villeneuve direct Dune just over and over again, and like, that's what ended up happening, and people are just like calling him Lisan Al Gaib in the replies as like this shit comes back. It's like, what did he know? How did he make it happen? And I feel like he is entitled to gloat a little bit about being right about that director pick. Just comes back a decade later going, again, you're welcome. Everybody say thank you, L Steel131. We owe it to you. On that point I was talking about earlier of like Dune technically being out before Star Wars was an idea. I've heard this take before, and not having read the book, I'm just gonna assume it's true for the sake of the agenda. Paul Atreides is the blueprint of Anakin Skywalker, where he literally goes from like that kind of boyish look that Hayden Christensen had in episode 2 into the scarred motherfucker that he ends up becoming. Some of these things are like things I already knew about even before seeing the movies, so I'm just gonna say like broad spoilers for the first 2 Dune films if you hadn't seen them. In the trailer, Timothy has a line where he asks like what his father would do in a situation, and then the response he gets is, your father never started a war. That's why his bum ass is dead. Commit that genocide for me. It's fucked up, dude. Here's a little more dunk on that tweet saying Timothy was a joke and he's realizing in real time. Just come outside. We won't jump you. Fucking Ed just hitting the door with a shovel like, we're here. We're here. Come on. We just want to talk. There is like one absolutely batshit insane line in the book that I think a lot of people are asking, will this be included? Because it is like shit crazy. Like Paul Atreides is a fucking bad guy in like the context of the story, man. Timothy Chalamet saying this line is going to have me crying in the theater. Stilgar, you urgently need a sense of balance which can come only from an understanding of long-term effects. What little information we have about the old times, the pittance of data from the Butlerians left us, Korba has brought it with you. Start with Genghis Khan. Genghis Khan? He killed perhaps 4 million. He must have had formidable weaponry to kill that many, sire. Laser beams, perhaps, or... He didn't kill them himself, still. He killed the way I killed, by sending out his legions. There's another emperor I want you to note in passing. A Hitler! Oh my fucking god, dude. He killed more than 6 million. Pretty good for those days. What the fuck, dude? What is gonna happen? Like, I know the general direction of the story, but I have not read the book, so like, when this showed up on my Twitter feed and like there was arguments about if it's gonna be included or not, I was like, shit, what are we in for? He didn't kill him themselves still. He killed the way I killed. Killed by his legions? Yes. Not very impressive statistics, my lord. Very good still. My fucking god. But yeah, basically the Chalamet switch up, the turnaround has been fucking legendary. One of a kind throughout history, maybe. And I'm just excited to see like what's coming down the pipeline, man. It seems hype as hell. Be sure to follow me on Twitter at @withAY. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. That email's in the description if you guys want to send me any video topics. Anyways, piss off.